Hi, this is Scientific Marxist-Leninist, and we're going to speak about some fundamentals of Marxist-Leninism and clarify some misconceptions that a lot of people have about it. So a lot of people forget that kind of dialectical materialism is made up of two components, the dialectic and materialism. But unfortunately people underemphasize the materialist aspect and overemphasize the dialectic, which in doing that people can become overly abstract and dogmatic. That's what kind of idealism is historically. It's a trend which is noted by the kind of notion that thought is sort of a higher plane of existence, with these notions of rationality and being computationally flawless, and these kind of idealized notions of reality lead people to being blindsided by the fact that your thoughts, and the way you think and what you experience, the very thing you're hearing here, the very way the dopamine in your head decides, keeps you alert, and all the neurotransmitters, the serotonin, the neurons interacting, all the chemistry going on, all the interactions going on in your body, very physical, all based in matter itself, decide exactly how you hear this and how you experience this at right this moment. And no amount of thinking can overwrite those physical truths which dictate how you behave. It's kind of smashing these notions of kind of free will, which should be more correctly said be a limited will, illusions of freedom, which in a sense are real only in the fact that you understand the world, and you can make, the more you understand the world, the more predictions you can make about it, the more things you can manipulate to be in your favor. But at the same time, Engels kind of notes on this in Anti-Düring, the more you understand the thing, the more you realize how much the world controls you, how kind of these behaviors, these kind of laws that you discover, how much you are governed by them. It's only kind of the uncertainty in kind of your understanding of things which gives you, I guess you can call it, a tree of decisions which all seem reasonably valid, or leads to an outcome which is as optimal as you can make it. So when you go down that path, it leads to a end which meets a more desirable goal, like survival, evolution by natural selection. That's why the brain works as it is. It works towards kind of optimizing your survival. At the beginning of existence, there would have been many kind of early humans who didn't have things like sex being pleasurable and food being pleasurable, and were perfectly fine with being alone. These kind of peculiarities in early kind of mammalian beings, kind of human prototypes, would have led those beings to have less of a chance of surviving, because if you don't do those things, and even more importantly, less of a chance of reproducing, because you're not motivated to have sex, you're not going to have any offspring, which leads to the fact that when you die, that's the end of you. Same with if you're feeling, having a sense of, feeling lonely in a kind of group, humans lived in hunter-gatherer societies of 50 to 150 people. If you left the group, which you depend on survival, through the division of labour, distributing the fruits of that labour, likewise in the tribe, through customs and traditions. If you kind of left that and just did selfish things like eating way out of proportion to what you could possibly need, that will kind of be shunned upon, and you would have to you would be isolated from the group, and to kind of correct that behaviour, you would stop doing those things and come into the group. And also, if you were alone, you'd look for other humans to kind of help you, because one of the advantages of human beings is that they're a very cooperative species. So, whereas, you might get some species which have individual hunters, like polar bears. Humans can defend themselves because they're pretty physically weak by kind of banding together. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll conclude my video there. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And share it also. This is Scientific Marxist-Leninist, giving you a red salute.